to play with Luka. Really? The report called him difficult and challenging, adding, quote, he's barking at his teammates. He's barking at the officials. He's always barking about something. He can really be an irritable guy. Wow. Slick Rick is back with us, but Acho, should stars want to play with Luka Doncic?
Absolutely not. Stars shouldn't. Regular players, no question about it, play with Luka. He's a star player. Seems like you'll get a lot of attention. But if you're a star, you shouldn't want to play with Luka, because if you're a star, you should only humble yourself for the sake of winning. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant shows up. I have to humble myself for the sake of winning. If you're a star player, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James shows up. I got to humble myself for the sake of winning. Dwayne Wade, LeBron James shows up. I have to humble myself for the sake of winning. But if you're a star and you humble yourself for no reason, it's just going to lead to a split up. Paul George, he shows up in OKC, got to humble himself to Russ. They don't win. They split. Russ shows up to Houston, got to humble himself for Harden. They don't win. They split. Star players that show up and try to humble themselves and don't win, it doesn't work out. And what Luka has shown us thus far, as much as I love Luka, he hasn't been able to get the job done. Hasn't been able to beat the Clippers last year, hasn't been able to beat the Clippers this year, and obviously first year did not make the playoffs. So if I'm a star, I'm not trying to go humble myself and have to dim my light just for the sake of Luka getting his. We always think about Luka and how he basically averages a triple-double, and I thought, that's always a great thing. It was either you, Slick, or Broussard, or another analyst that came on this show and said, but remember, players like that, they always have the ball. So either they're going to take the shot or they're going to dictate the person that takes the shot. Not all assists are created equal. When I think about playing with Luka, I almost think of it as playing with Russell Westbrook. They are a superstar, going to get a lot of attention, probably going to win an MVP, if not multiple. But if you are a star, you don't want to play with the guy who's going to hold on to the ball the entirety of the 24-second shot clock and maybe dish it to you with 3 seconds left to shoot up a prayer or try to create a shot off 1 or 2 dribbles. A star shouldn't want to play with Luka, but any other players, they should.
Yeah, it actually gets worse because not only, and to your point, Luka Doncic led the league in usage rate. I believe that he led the league in the playoffs in usage rate. The ball is always in his hands. But it's also the LeBron James effect in that not only are you joining a guy and you're going to be the second banana by virtue of that, but if you win, it's going to be because of him. And if you lose, it's going to be because of you. We've seen that to this point with Luka Doncic. He has not received nearly the amount of criticism that he deserves for the Dallas Mavericks falling short. And by virtue of all the moves that Mark Cuban has made, he moved on from his GM. He moved on from his head coach. It is being built around Luka Doncic. And to your point, Acho, guys would make the sacrifice to play with LeBron once they knew that they could win a ring. And even then, it was still, if you look, guys had opportunities, free agents had opportunities to go play with LeBron. And whether it was competitively to say, now, I don't want to win rings with LeBron, I want to win my own ring, or it was knowing the equation, if we win, it's going to be because of him. And if we lose, it's going to be because of me. I might as well go someplace else where I'm going to get more credit for getting it done. That is what Luka Doncic faces right now on that front. As for the reports in terms of not, being difficult and all of that, look, I've heard that. I've been hearing that. But I can't name you a star that has high expectations, high pressure on him, plays at a high level and expects the same from his teammates, that doesn't have that criticism. We talked about Chris Paul. That's been said about him his entire career as well. So it comes with the territory.
Yeah, it does, and that's why stars should want to play with Luka Doncic. Think about it. So what? He's quirky. That's all I heard. He's different. He's weird, or he's demanding. Whatever you want to call it. What genius, what star isn't? Or, more importantly, what regular person isn't? I mean, it's so funny because none of us are perfect that we just really are looking for what we're comfortable with. Because I'm a weirdo, and I like being a weirdo. And I got a lot of friends and a few best friends that are weirdos, too, in different ways. I chose a weirdo, but I ain't going to tell you how weird. But the point is, we all got our ways. This is some high school stuff where your reputation precedes you. You know why it precedes you? Because people who are talking out there whispering and saying, you know who Luka is? You know what Luka is? I don't listen to that. I hate when people always try to give you that fair shot, that warning. Hey, if you're going to meet so-and-so, let me just tell you this. Let me just tell you that. How you know our weirds don't match each other? How do you know that what he does doesn't fit perfectly with what I do? You talk about a catch-and-shoot star out there, a Bradley Beal, somebody who just go out there. I don't need to handle the ball all like that. Just give me the rock, and then I'm going to go shoot it. Those grenades you throw me late in the shot clock. You never know how it plays out. Because in life, it's Tetris, damn it, and it ain't all bars and cubes. Sometimes you get the little jagged one, and you got to make it fit. So if I'm a star, I'm going to make sure that I don't conflate a Luka issue with a Dallas problem. Because since 2011, they have not won a playoff series. And I think that's what's happening right here. We're looking at Luka, seeing him being demanding. Because, look, he don't want to play with Kristaps Porzingis, not because Kristaps and him don't like each other, because Kristaps fell off. In part, maybe because of Luka. You went from 20 points a game to 13. You got hurt. You ain't the same dude, bruh. So don't be coming at me. And why should I expect less? Because I know I'm great. I'm doing my part. So I don't look at Luka in any damning light. I look at him as a guy who's doing amazing already in his career, who's just looking to be surrounded by something that's amazing as well.
Here's the thing, though, Sel, and I listen to Sel when he talks. And in listening to your take, I could see why it was created as it was, but I could also see the air in it. Like, I don't know if you heard Marcellus when he said this. He said, I have a few best friends.
Yeah.
How that possible? You got a best friend. You may have a few friends, but you can't have a few best friends.
I'm gonna explain that.
This is the same logic that Scottie Pippen fell under, which is why he is now on a slander tour. Because Michael Jordan was probably like, yeah, Scottie, you my best friend. Then he went to others like, yeah, you my best friend. Then he went to others like, hey, that's my best friend. Go best friend, go best friend. That's my best friend. And the problem is, Sel, Luka has his sidekicks, Kristaps thinking, hey, dog, you my number two. Nah, Hardaway, you really my number two. Hey, Finney Smith, Jr., you really my number two. And you can't be a superstar playing with another superstar that you don't trust. And the fact of the matter is, Slick Rick hit it on the head on his first take, which is, if the Mavs win, all praise be to Luka. But when they lose, yeah, but Kristaps fell off, man. I mean, Kristaps ain't the same dude. Rick Carlisle, I know he the only one that brought us our only chip, but he really ain't like that either. Donnie Nelson, really, honestly, he got to go too. But me, Luka, I'm without fault, even though I only shot 27% from the field in the fourth quarter during the course of the series in which we lost. Luka's a dude, but we've seen great players before win early, too, without causing drama. Dwayne Wade, he was a dude, third year in the league. He won a chip. LeBron James, he was a dude, fourth year in the league. He went to a chip without help. We've seen great players win without blowing up entire organizations. Luka may still win. I believe he will, but he's definitely going to win and leave a whole pile of dust on the way to do it.
All right, so I have to put a timestamp on this because what I'm saying is that stars shouldn't go play with Luka Doncic or want to play with Luka Doncic right now.
Correct.
I believe that bringing Jason Kidd in, another former point guard, ball-dominant guy, but also very capable of leading a team and getting a lot of guys involved, that he's going to be a big benefit to Luka. And let's not also ignore the fact that he's coming from a different culture, and he's got to demonstrate that he's capable of playing in a game that is still very Americanized. It's a little more Euro than it's been, but still Americanized, and there's a certain attitude and approach that you need to fit in and get along and bring guys along. The one reason why I say right now is because Doncic, much like LeBron James, for being a superstar, has demonstrated the willingness and the ability to share the ball and share the ball in meaningful situations. When he's getting double-teamed in the fourth quarter, he's willing to give it up to Tim Hardaway and to Finney Smith and to Kristaps Porzingis. So I appreciate that in that Doncic is very willing, in spite of his supreme belief in himself, he is willing to give the ball up if it means that somebody else has a better shot.
Yeah, he's willing to give the ball up if he got somebody he thinks that can do something with the ball when he gives it up. It's just that simple. Oh, Acho, how dare you try to take slander to my best friends. It's funny we can have associates, We can have friends.
You said best.
No, I didn't
Hijack
say the best. I said best friends. It's a level. Let me give you this level. My sister's my first best friend because I was born into a household with her, and she's my best friend. Now, she can't get off the board because, shoot, she was forced on me, and I love her. Now, I'm in kindergarten. Jabari shows up. Damn it. I've been knowing Jabari for 41 years. Then, freshman year, Matt Lindsay, my dog, Linzoni. Man, come on. Now I got my sister forced on me, Jabari from kindergarten, and I got my boy Matt. And then I got Rory. But let me get it to you. It ain't to explain myself. It's to poke holes at what you said. Luka ain't got no best friends. Porzingis? That ain't Tiki. That ain't Jabari. Hardaway Jr., Finney Smith. Those are the names coming out your mouth talking about those could be his best friends. They got trust issues because he don't trust how good they can play the game. I trust my best friends.
Real quick, though, Sam. Yes, Slick, this is actually a more important conversation than we had about this.
All right, let's try this.
Yesterday, Sal said that you can't use the words very unique.
No, you
because
can't.
Something unique is already unique. It can't be very unique. So how can you have best friends? Because best is already clarifying that it's singular. They are the best. You can't have multiple bests. There is one best.
I'll take that. So you gonna make me pick on national TV who's my best friend?
Right here,
V1?
right now.
Marcelo Swally, you know I'm selfish. I love me. The God in me, inner power. That's me. I love myself more than anybody. All right, Slick Rick, that's it. Coming